welcome back to the channel. And holy shit, guys, this one I'm going to be giving you guys a look at Iron Fist's brand new uniform from the Netflix series. And guys, this uniform is freaking amazing, guys. So if you don't have it, pause this video right now and go get that shit before the sale ends, because this guy has become a whole new monster. Like, for the entire time I've been playing this freaking game, this is what I was looking for in Iron Fist. Like, Iron Fist was a character that he had the type of damage that it was pretty much a tier 2 character type damage before there was a tier 2. Like, his friggin' dragon skill right here, that's the moneymaker, guys. Like, so everyone would friggin' sing praises about how great this skill is, but then his overall kit just did not have the kind of survivability that he needed to stand up to a lot of the world bosses. So with this uniform now in the mix, guys, he's become pretty much, like this 6-star skill says, immortal, guys. Like, if you have max skill cooldown or really close, you can be pretty much immortal when you play this guy, because they went ahead and did 3 changes with him for this uniform. And they ripped off friggin' Sharon Rogers' Javelin Blast and put that on his pressure point jab. So he now has a 3-second immunity, and the damage that he's taking in that time will be accumulated, and then he can deal more damage to the enemy in return. Then they went ahead and changed his 3 skill right here from the standard debuff if you had the second uniform, or the taunt if you had the first, and the dodge increase. In my opinion, the ignore defense is way better than both of those, because it leaves you more room on your gear or on your freaking custom gear or obelisk to put other options. Now, they went ahead and did even more to this guy. They took away the stun that he had right here, which to me was completely useless in War Boss modes, because those guys can't be stunned. However, it was decent for Shadowland. But that's not the main thing they did here, guys. They went ahead and made this skill a full freaking iframe. And I would take that way above friggin' having a stun here, because an iframe, a full iframe for the full duration of the skill, means you can use it in every single game mode, regardless of what you're up against. This, combined with the friggin' pressure point jab for the damage block, makes it so that this guy is almost impossible to hit. So, guys, if you don't have this uniform, you're missing out, because Iron Fist has become a whole new machine. And just to show you guys that I'm not just talking up my ass, I'm going to take this guy in Shadowland, and I'm going to show you guys just how easily he's able to manhandle Loki with all those frost giants around him. And this is not something he can do without this uniform, because Iron Fist is not really good in encounters where he's up against multiple enemies. But this one, guys, you'll see it for yourself. Let's do this. Let's do this. Watching this guy fly around the map is just so friggin' cool. Like Loki does not know, even know what to friggin' do. Flawless. Flawless victory. God damn, guys. Iron Fist just annihilated this guy. And and for those of you guys that are wondering what my thoughts are on the remaining uniform, I guess I'll just go ahead and leave them in this one. So far I've bought Iron Fist and Punisher. And the reason why I bought Punisher's uniform second is because unlike his past uniforms, this one actually looked like it has a lot of potential. And I'm a fan of Punisher, so I wanted more out of him because as it stands, the only thing I can use him for is his leadership and the occasional tag in for Shadowland. So this uniform right here, the friggin' uniform bonus is absolute garbage. I do not know what these guys were thinking, but calling this a bonus is actually an insult. Like 5% chance to get a 30% skill cooldown, like for 10 seconds with a 20-second cooldown. Like for real, guys, for real, this is a bonus. Like if this uniform did not have a couple iframes on it, there was no way in hell I would have bought it. So these three skill changes here are actually really good. The grenade though is okay, it's just more damage. But the wild shot and the smoke operation is actually really freaking cool. So I'm going to show you guys what it looked like in the skill preview right now. So his 3 skill, which was a buff, it's still a buff, but as you guys can see, they added some movement to the skill, which is good for helping him evade damage. And also the last part where he just starts walking is an iframe. So that is perfect. It actually adds a lot of survivability to his kit. And on top of that, guys, they gave him this badass looking 5 skill slash 6-star skill. Like this shit looks really friggin' awesome. I'm not sure why they added a blind effect to it, because the blind does not last longer than the skill, and the skill is a full iframe, so it kind of defeats the purpose of the blind. If the blind lasted longer than the actual animation of the skill, it would have made sense. But either way, it's a really cool skill, because before that, he only had the part of the skill where he put the rocket launchers on his shoulders and fired them at the enemy. So I'm really hoping that this one does a lot of damage. But either way, it looks really freaking cool and it's very fitting for the Punisher. So those are the 2 reasons why I chose to get this uniform. So let's hope I made a wise investment. So next up is going to be Luke Cage. And in my opinion, Luke Cage is probably second when it comes to the new uniforms. However, I already have a uniform for him, so I chose to get Punisher over him instead. So they gave him 3 changes. One of them is the 2 skill. He gets a guard break on it, which is really cool because that's going to help you in Shadowland to interrupt the enemies, and it will help you in Battle World as well. However, the changes that I'm really digging on this uniform right here is the 3 skill. As you guys can see, he calls in Jessica Jones for the team up, where she throws a car and he just friggin' kicks that shit in your face. Like, it's actually really freaking cool to watch. On top of that, it looks like it does decent damage and it has a lot of knockback to it. So that's really freaking cool, because if you guys know anything about playing Luke Cage, he's all about being up in your face, so the enemy is going to be close to you all the time. So having this skill where you can just give yourself some breathing room, even though it's not a full iframe or iframe at all, it will help you get the enemies out of your face, so you can start for time to wait for heroes for hire to activate. So another change that they made to this uniform is they changed his 4 skill. So as you guys can see, instead of having that wind up on the punch, he now has a quick 1, 2, 3 with the stun on it. And I think this is really good, because it makes playing him a lot smoother, as opposed to having to wait for that punch, which I will show you guys in a second. As you guys can see right here, not an iframe, long ass wind up. You're still taking damage and it leaves you vulnerable, so you can be guard broken. So that's why I would rank Luke Cage as second right here. And for me, Elektra is lower on this list because her kit as is really friggin' good. So I don't need a uniform for her. However, getting this uniform is only gonna make her even better because it's gonna add some damage to her 3 skill. Well, it's gonna add some damage to all her skills by giving her additional crit damage whenever you use her 3 skill. And the 3 skill, as you guys can see, is a full iframe, so that's going to be a constant part of your rotation. So getting this uniform, if you use her a lot or plan to use her a lot, is just going to be a wise investment to me. Last on this list, because I don't want to hold you guys too long, is the one that needed a uniform the most, Karnak. Now, to me, Karnak is just very, very sad. Although this skill right here is really friggin' cool. It looks cool. The radius is really, really wide. And if you guys are wondering what it does, I'll show you guys in a second. But basically, it debuffs your enemies. So whenever Doctor Strange debuffs you or debuffs the area around you, you can use this to cancel that out so that you don't get time frozen. Or whenever Ancient One, Groot, or Odin use any kind of thing to buff themselves, you can remove that from them so you can deal damage to them. However, this does not make Karnak much better than he already is because Karnak's skill, as you guys can see, there's no iframes. And from what I've seen from other people who already have him at tier 2, his damage is not really that great. So getting this uniform for him is not gonna make him a top tier character. So for me, I'm gonna hold out that they bring out another uniform sometime in the future to give this guy his just desserts because Karnak is such a good character in the Marvel Universe. So I was really, really hoping they would give him a few skill changes that could really propel him into like the top 5 or even top 10 for the speed class. So let me just go out here and show you guys what the uniform bonus looks like because I think that the uniform bonus is actually decent. Like the 35% activation rate, the 2-second removal is kind of shitty. However, what really kills this bonus is the fact that it's on a 15-second cooldown. If this was 10, like it would have been a little bit better, but like 7 would have been amazing. Like in PvP, he would have been a candidate. But with it being 15 and him only getting this change right here, which although it gives him a fuck ton of stuff, and God knows he needed it, he still needed more because of how badly his original skill set was. Like, sure, he can now remove all the buffs in the game, which he should be able to do because that's his thing. Like in the Marvel Universe, he can see your weakness and exploit it. However, guys, this is not going to make him much better, but this is just all my opinion. If you guys have bought this uniform and you've been trying him out, or any of the characters that I mentioned, and you find them to be way better than I said, let me know in the comments because I'm no Marvel Future Fight expert. I'm just a regular Joe. So let me know how they've been working for you. And that's all I have for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And pick up your Iron Fist uniform. Holy shit. And I'm out, guys.